What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Destiny 2 Beyond Light / Season of the Hunt video. In today's vid, I'll be covering the new Deep Stone Crypt Raid Hand Cannon, the Posterity. First up on how to obtain, obviously, this comes from the Deep Stone Crypt Raid, so it can drop from any of the encounters, I believe, and if you have the Spoils of Conquest, whenever you defeat Tennessee Abomination, you can go to the chest, go into it, and then actually spend your spoils on, potentially a better roll than what you have on it. So this hand cannon falls into the precision frame archetype, which is recoil pattern on this weapon is more predictably vertical, fires quickly with high accuracy. It is a 180 round per minute hand cannon. It's pretty much like a sidearm with, I guess, better range. First up, let's go over PvE. I actually have the perk pool pulled up here on the top left if you want to check it out. If not, you can just watch the gameplay. So, barrel-wise, I don't think it really matters for PvE. Definitely magazine. They're saying appended mag or extended mag, which obviously both great options, but I also think something like tactical mag at the top is pretty solid as well, and then potentially even flared mag well. I'm not going to count out accurized rounds. Obviously, accurized just increases range, so it's not really not going to hurt anything. But if you do want a bigger mag size, maybe look at tac mag, appended mag, maybe it's extended mag. The reload on the precision frame hand cannons in general is already pretty low, so I probably wouldn't recommend extended mag, but maybe something like flared mag well. Let's look at trade column number 1 because we do have a couple of interesting options here. Rapid hit, rapid precision hits temporarily increase stability and reload speed. So basically you hit a bunch of headshots with this thing, you can get an increase to, again, like I said, stability and reload. Feeding Frenzy, which used to be one of the top perks, now it's like, because pretty much the only way to make it effective is if you have it at ×5, but you could pretty much toss on a hand cannon reload mod and it does like the same thing. Right. 4 times the charm is interesting. Rapidly landing precision hits will return 2 rounds to the magazine. So pretty much hit 4, you get 2 back. That makes sense. Now, the new perk that I think is going to be one of the better ones here is Reconstruction. This weapon slowly reloads itself over time up to double capacity. So every 4 seconds, a round gets loaded in. Or whatever for primary weapons. I know for special, it's like 1 at a time. So it's very interesting. It's basically like auto-loading, except it goes past the regular magazine size, which is very, very interesting. So I think that can be very good if you're not going to be using the hand cannon for certain encounters and just focusing on using a heavy weapon or something like that. So I think that would be very interesting. For the final column, we do have a couple of interesting options. We do have Demolitionist, so if you're rocking Grenade build, that'd be good. Rampage, obviously a very solid perk that's always been here. There's also a new one right here called One for All. Hitting 3 separate targets increases damage for a moderate duration. So it's hitting 3 separate targets, not killing 3 separate targets. So it's pretty much another damage dealing perk in the game. It seems to do a little better than Rampage, so maybe go with One for All, depending on what you're doing. Now, the one that's not highlighted here is the one at the bottom, Redirection. Damaging rank and file combatants increases damage against more powerful ones. So maybe if you're doing like a final boss encounter or something like that, maybe Redirection might be the way to go, because you can just go through and slay out a bunch of small tier adds and then be able to do, more damage with a primary, especially if it's an encounter where you're bound to run out of special or heavy ammo. So it might come in handy, but I think One for All is going to be one of the top ones here. So I think the pairing you want is either one for All with Reconstruction, One for All with Feeding Frenzy, or One for All with Rapid Hit. Mostly, like I said, barrel magazine, it doesn't need to be too catered, but again, I think there is an interesting role here, especially with One for All in PvE. Now, let's talk about PvP. Now, I will tell you what, this thing felt very solid. I don't know what it is about these 180 round per minute hand cannons that they just feel good. Things like this and Optative and a couple other hand cannons, Nature of the Beast, right? They just feel pretty good. Now, I understand they don't have as much range as something like Ace of Spades or Dire Promise with Rangefinder, but for some reason, these things just still shred at even a mid-range, depending on the roll that you have. But I'm going to pull up the perk pool here again, and we will figure out what the heck is up. So, personally, I think I would go with Hammerforged Rifling, or maybe Extended Barrel or Full Bore, so you get that increase to range. It's all dependent on what you want to do, but I would recommend going with range. Since it is a hand cannon, like I said, it doesn't have as much range as the other hand cannons now. It might help out. Magazine, you definitely want accurized rounds. That is 100%. If you're going for the God roll, accurized rounds 100%. Now, in my opinion, in this column, trait column number 1, They have surplus in there, which increases handling, reload speed, and stability for each fully charged ability, which, that's okay. But I know for myself in PvP, I'm constantly using abilities as well, so I'm able to, take advantage of that. So I'd recommend Killing Wind, which is a brand new perk. Final blows grant increased mobility, weapon range, and handling for a short duration. I love this perk. I'm actually going to cover it in a video on why it's probably one of the best PvP perks that's going to be coming, especially with something like Hawkmoon. It's going to be nasty, people. I can tell you that shit right now. Whoops, I cursed. Sorry, children. It gets me hyped up because I really like this perk. And then trade column number 2, obviously the best option here is opening shot. Improve accuracy and range on the opening shot of attack. So that would be the god roll, in my opinion. So I don't have the complete god roll. I do have one that comes with, let me see here, corkscrew rifling, tactical mag, which isn't bad. It does give an increase to that mag size, and then killing wind and opening shot. So this combo right here is nasty. Handling masterwork, and so one of the things I would recommend doing is a backup mag. Since these hand cannons are automatically accurate when you're jumping in air, you might as well make the magazine size bigger so you don't have to reload as much, because the reload speed is kind of slow for these 180s, as I mentioned. But this thing can be a freaking laser beam if you use it properly, man. It is just nasty. And also cosmetically, these raid weapons just look so freaking cool. I haven't even put any shaders on them yet to test that out. Like the sights, like the glowing lifting sight thing that they have, I don't even know what to call it. It just looks so amazing. Like there's no getting around that. But overall, I feel like this is a very, very solid hand cannon choice. If you're someone who's maybe not used to the 150 round per minute hand cannon recoil, understand it can be a little wonky. It can take a little bit to get used to. I know it definitely took me a while to get used to it. So maybe start out with something like the 180 round per minute hand cannons. And if you can get a solid roll on this thing, especially PvE or PvP, you're going to be doing like some insane damage in plays for sure. Alright guys, looks like we're at the end of the video. Just wanted to cover 3 things with you. Number 1, about support. If you're looking for the #1 best way to support me, there's a link below that'll take you to a 4-minute video that I made a while ago. If you want to go watch that, that'd be awesome. If not, it's definitely not going to hurt my feelings. You can also subscribe to the channel, like this video, share this video, follow me on social media with the links below, and all that great jazz. Number 2, regarding social media, I have a Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, and a few others. If you would like to keep up to date on Destiny 2 related content, be sure to use those links below to find me on those platforms. And number 3, going over the clan, if you're looking to join my clan, we have some spots open on all platforms. We're looking for active players and community members in the Destiny community. And typically we like to play casual PvE and PvP a majority of the time. I'm definitely all about that solo grind, but I'm willing to definitely play with people in the community, like definitely willing to do that. If you're looking to join, there's a link to the clan page on the Bungie.net site below, and all you have to do is request to join and I'll approve it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll catch you next time.